And what is going on, my Houston Texans family? Hope you all are having a blessed Wednesday. It is October 1st. I hope you kill this month. I hope the Houston Texans kill this month. Let's get it going. Guys, we are going to do what we've been doing the last couple of weeks, talking about our confidence in this Houston Texan offense. Now, last week before the Tennessee Titans matchup, I said my confidence was at a 0. This week, the confidence has risen, but not too much. It's right now at a 3 or a 4, but we're going to talk about the offensive explosion that came in the second half from the Houston Texans, where we saw C.J. Stroud look like year one C.J. Stroud. But first, this episode is brought to you and powered by Sleeper. Think you know football, then try to turn your football knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players with more stats than any other daily fantasy app. Just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live. Pick more or less from the predicted stats, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money if your picks win. Use promo code 713HOU, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. Now, let me go ahead and get the stats up, but I will say it was a tale of two halves, like I mentioned when I broke it down. For the first part of the game, the Houston Texans offense, it looked like the same. It was 6-0, and that didn't surprise anyone. Let me know in the comments down below if you had the same idea as me that the Houston Texans could have probably beat the Tennessee Titans 9-0. And for the first half of the game, it felt like it was going to be 9-0 because the defense was just absolutely handling the Tennessee Titans. And ladies and gentlemen, this Houston Texans defense is legit. It's top 5. Hold up, let me give you the stats actually from this Houston Texans defense, which kind of gives me some hope for this season. The Houston Texans defense are number 1 in points allowed per game. You don't score against this Texans defense. They are 5th in total yards allowed per game. They are 7th in passing yards allowed per game. And they've gone up against the Los Angeles Rams, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Houston Texans had an opportunity to win every single game because of that defense. So when you see this offense explode in quarters 3 and 4 and you end up blowing out the Tennessee Titans 26-0, you're like, this how it should look like. This what we should be seeing when we see the Houston Texans go against a inferior team. But hey, we are what we are. We're 1-3. We shot ourselves in the foot, and we have an opportunity to get back on Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens. What I found impressive, though, was the offensive line, and this was brought up by Texans Jacob. Shout out to my sleeper brother. The Texans have allowed a pressure rate below 39% in 3 straight regular season games for the first time since week 3 through 5 of 2023 via Next Gen Stats. As a unit, they have improved game by game. Week 2, 36.7% quarterback pressure allowed. Week 3, 32.6% quarterback pressure allowed. Week 4 against Jacksonville, 28.1% quarterback pressure allowed. This is legit improvement from the group. And once we see C.J. Stroud start to get comfortable, when we start to see his internal clock slow back down and he starts to trust this offensive line, we're going to start seeing what we did in quarters 3 and 4, which were 3 straight trips to the red zone, 3 straight touchdowns, and, you know, the time of possession of those drives just lessening and lessening and lessening. I understand it's the Tennessee Titans, which is why my confidence only risen to a 3 and a 4. This game against the Baltimore Ravens, I know Lamar Jackson's not going to be playing. I know Justin Madubuike is not going to be playing. But this is the Baltimore Ravens we're talking about. A team that has beaten the Houston Texans for almost a decade now. The DeMeco Ryans, C.J. Stroud era has not won against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens defense is just as bad as Tennessee's. You can get more confidence this week if you get another offensive performance, because this defense is going to get Cooper Rush on the ground. The stats from C.J. Stroud against the Tennessee Titans. (22 of 28, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception, was sacked twice, one of them a great play by Jeffrey Simmons, a quarterback rating of 125.1. If you notice, the plays that were there in the second half, they were there in the first half. C.J. Stroud was just missing them. And he knew it too. There was, he did a lot of like, hey, that's my bad. That's my bad. And we all noticed it. And we were all coming with the same conclusion. Yeah, you know what? This is what happens when you're one of the most sacked quarterbacks for a year and a half. You don't trust your line. You don't trust yourself. In the first quarter, right, some of the first couple plays, you saw the happy feet there. I don't know what conversation was had with C.J. Stroud at halftime, but it definitely worked. I really do think it was one of the linemen like showing him, just grabbing him and putting him in front of the board. Look, dude, we're giving you time. That's what I would have done. One thing that is not interesting, but kind of becoming a blessing for the Houston Texans is right guard Ed Ingram, left tackle Ariante Ursary. These two are working out. Ed Ingram, he's one of the best guards in football, according to PFF. Give me 1 second while I pull up the stats. Once again, brought to us by Texan Jacob. Ed Ingram is the highest graded offensive guard in the NFL through 4 weeks. Ingram is first in overall grade, 85.6, and run blocking grade, 90.6. He was the highest graded Texan versus Tennessee with an 88.9 overall grade. Improvement is what we're seeing from this offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. And you have another opportunity, to gain off of your success. As I always say, bad play is contagious. So is great play. The Baltimore Ravens defense is really bad, guys. I mean, it's just the name that's scaring us, to be honest with you. But it still scared me nonetheless. I think one of the biggest parts of this offense that surprised the hell out of everyone was the rushing attack. It was Woody Marks. And what did Woody Marks do on the ground? 17 times he ran the ball, 69 yards, 4.1 yards a carry, a touchdown. His longest was 18 through the air. 4 catches, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest reception went for 20 yards. It was that 3rd and 16 that he got in the screen. Go watch DeMeco Ryans live mic'd up. He was like, punt, field goal, first down. And then he started laughing, just realizing how special number 27 is. If Woody Marks continues this type of play, he is going to unlock another part of this offense. When the Texans are able to run the football, the pass just gets 2 times more dangerous. And C.J. Stroud mentioned it too. Woody Marks, man. I said in yesterday's video, I'm not going to tell y'all who he reminds me of. He reminds me a little bit of 23. Not saying he's Foster, not saying he's Arian, but just the way he's able to make people miss. The way he's able to look slow but fast on the field. The way he's not only to be a threat on the ground but through the air. I don't know if the Houston Texans found something in Woody Marks, but he was one of the reasons why he won you the football game against Tennessee. And if he's one of the reasons why you win against the Baltimore Ravens and you go into the bye week 2-3 after starting 0-3, and, you know, we all get to take, you know, a deep sigh of relief because the season is back on. Let's get into the bye week and let's get healthy and let's come out and make our playoff push. That's how important this game is on Sunday. And I think Woody Marks can help you win that football game. I think Woody Marks can help you unlock this offense. I really do. Shout out to John Hickman, Locked On Texans, brought up how, you know, James White was successful with Nick Caley. It's still at a 3 and a 4 confidence-wise. I still think there's a way to go. I'm not taking the win away from the offensive line because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's Tennessee, it's Tennessee. I understand that, but our problems not are on the defensive side. Our problems are on the offensive side. And we saw that if it works, their offense could damn near put up points at a will. With that being said, guys, the Houston Texans offense, it exploded against the Tennessee Titans. Can it continue? I'm hoping so. I'm praying so. Let me know your rating on a scale of 1 to 10. How comfortable are you with this Houston Texan offense? Episode is brought to you and powered by Sleeper. Use promo code 713 to get a $100 deposit match up to $100. I love you guys. Have a very blessed day.